Once a month, I do these law of attraction workshops, abundance workshops, creating miracles, whatever you wish to call it. So let me know if you're watching this live or on replay, because the replay will be available. I'm also curious, where are you watching this from? Just like to know where people are, where they're finding this. Then I'm also curious too, how is your head trash limiting you? What is beyond? What would be beyond your head trash that would make life better? If you have beliefs on health, finances, relationships, that's the head trash that's really stopping you. And we need to go beyond this. So thanks for joining me tonight. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I don't plan these out. So I'm changing from Head Trash Anonymous into Beyond Head Trash, because that's where the magic happens. That's where we create the miracles, the abundance, the relationships, the careers, whatever it may be. But tonight we just want to relax, letting go of all expectations. As people join in here, so let's just relax, and then we'll begin. All right, so I hope everyone is doing very well, that we're happy to be here to help you go beyond your head trash. So why we want to go beyond our head trash is so we become in harmony with our soul, our spirit. Usually we're not in harmony with who we really are. And this causes a mismatch in vibration. So life gets messy, and we don't want a messy life. We want an ideal life, living life according to our terms. But usually we're focused on the unwanted. My arm hurts. I got to heal my arm. So you start focused on your arm pain and hurting. And it gives you more hurt and more pain. So we just want to be mindful of what we're focused on. Are we focusing on the unwanted? And we're taught to focus on the unwanted. And how can you get what you want when your mind is obsessed, if you will, with the unwanted? And that's the head trash, always in a place of lack, that you don't have enough, you don't have the right job, the right career, the right house, you can't take a vacation, work is hard, life is hard, everything happens to me. This is head trash. So we need to just let all this go. So I see we have Angela here, Katie, Casey, welcome. Thanks for watching. Feel free to ask questions. And afterwards, we'll take some questions and answers. I may do some readings. Who knows? It's a spiritual free-for-all, if you will. But tonight is really about coming into harmony to create that abundance in your life. And one of the things I like to do, has anybody watched The Secret? And how they can manifest? That never worked for me. And I never understood why that didn't work for me. That manifestation should be easy. You just keep thinking about it and it'll come into being. But there's a problem with that was never addressed. Your head trash. And a lot of our head trash is in the subconscious. You can tell it's in your subconscious when things happen over and over again, or you're chronically sick, chronically being fired from your jobs, chronically low pay, whatever it may be for you. That is your head trash, and that's blocking your manifestation. So what we need to do first, step one, if we're doing a class on law of attraction, is returning home, returning back to who we really are. Because we can't allow this mind, the conscious and the subconscious, to constantly sabotage yourself. And the mind and the subconscious cannot sabotage you if you're home. Home, basically remembering that you're perfect spirit, that you are spirit. Regardless of you're in body or out of body, you are spirit. So how do we come back to home, if you will? We come back by pausing, feeling your feet on the ground, feeling yourself sitting, breathing. Not worry about how we're holding our hands, our breathing, our posture. We let all that go and we just come into this present moment. That's returning home, fully being here. And we have all sorts of videos to clear that head trash, to return back into that inner peace within all of us. Or you could say that peace of God, because we're all made in the image of likeness of God. And that is the peace within us, the Holy Spirit, the perfect spirit, the soul, the consciousness. We don't want to get hung up in words, because words are not the absolute truth. And as the Course in Miracles say, no, words are 2 steps away from truth. They're just images. They're trying to describe the undescribable. So the first step is just to return home, return to this place of peace. And we just close our eyes and we relax for a moment. No challenging rules to follow. We just be here. So close your eyes, take a few breaths, let all the past drift away, and just be here as we wrap you in this divine love of consciousness. It doesn't matter where you're located. There is no time and space in the world of spirit. And we're all part of this one spirit. And this makes no logical sense to the mind, because the mind's caught up in labels, identification, separation, division. But when you return home, you're coming back into unity consciousness, back to the quantum field. And we manifest from this place. Or actually, we're not actually we're not actual manifestors. The actual manifestation is snapping your fingers and $100 appear in your hands. I don't know anyone has that ability to snap their fingers and make $100 appear. It doesn't happen. But we create the environment for manifestation to happen. So we get to the home of peace. We visualize. We intend to see our life as we wish to see it. So the secret has you just jumping into the visualization of seeing life as you want to see it. But they don't have you returning home into this place of presence, of peace, before that step. Without that first step, life gets so messy, and your manifestations, if you will, become messy. They don't become pure. So we watch these head trash clearing videos, return to peace, and then we manifest from there. So we just daydream. So give yourself permission to daydream. And the big problem with the mind too, besides looking at lack, it looks at life as it is. And then it complains about life as it is. But we want to see life as we wish to see it, or as we desire to see it. This person always makes me angry. This person gets me upset. I'm tired of waking up with this leg pain. I'm tired of waking up with these headaches. Whatever it may be, change it, flip it. Don't focus on the negative. Always feel good and joyful. I'm alive today. We're going to feel good today. This body has lots of energy, and we see ourselves in this healthy body, and we have patience for that. Because we don't let the mind get trapped into, but my arm still hurts, my head still hurts. We don't want to get trapped into that, because the mind's always trapping us. And we want to be free of those traps. So just remember to keep flipping things around, that we want to feel good. Priority number 1 is feeling good. Feeling good is in line with your soul, your harmony of your soul, your spirit. It's always feeling good. It's never affected by the human experience or the current condition. Spirit is just happy, or content, or peaceful. It's not depressed, sad. And also the soul never goes dark. That's the biggest myth out there, is the dark night of the soul. Our soul is the radiant light. It's like namaste. The light within me acknowledges the light within you, that our life never gets extinguished. However, your mind filled with head trash, with darkness, puts a lampshade over your light. We want to rip off that lampshade and say, I am the light, I am deserving, I am worthy. And we move from that place of feeling good. And most of the time, the manifestation is there. It's ready to be given to you, but you're not open to receive that everything's working out my favor. So we need to realize, the universe is always saying yes to us. So if you're focused on the unwanted, the universe says, yes, we'll give you more of the unwanted. Oh, you want more of this? We also will give you more of this. Oh, you want more good things? But then your mind comes and says, oh, nothing works out in my favor. It's not going to happen for me. Yes, it can happen for you. No one is better or less than you. We all come from the same source. In effect, we are the same consciousness. Different streams within that consciousness, a different vibration, but we're still one. One in many disguises. There's trillions of things connected to the one. There is absolutely no separation. This quantum entanglement, we're always connected. We're always part of this one. So we just need to relax and really trust ourselves and believe in ourselves. If you don't believe in yourself and your potentials and your possibilities, then life gets messy and things don't work out. But we have to realize you are the author of your life. You are the only one creating your life. And you haven't been aware of the law of attraction, but has worked every single day of your life. The law of attraction never turns off. It always follows your predominant thoughts. If your predominant thoughts are on the unwanted, you get more unwanted. So just notice what your predominant thoughts are. So we don't want to beat ourselves up. So say you're thinking about your vacation, 90% of the time, and the mind comes in a little bit with a little bit of lack. Oh, you're not going to get that. It's not going to work out. But if you go right back to it, I'm going to love this vacation. I see the trees. I feel the breeze. I feel the nice air. I see the nice surroundings. And once again, it's your predominant thought. So we don't beat ourselves up. The mind comes in with these little negativities. We keep focused on feeling good, turning around. It's a practice. It's a practice. We don't judge. We don't criticize. That's low vibrating. We don't do that. It's not helpful. We just stay in this moment, returning to home, seeing the world as spirit sees the world, that there are no mistakes. Everything's working out in your favor. You're having all the experiences that you need to wake up to your true self. Everything that is occurring to you is there for you to wake up, to realize, wait, I don't have to let this continue anymore if it's undesirable. I can break that. I can snap that. If I can just feel good in this moment, then see the positive in this moment. You may have a very damaged body, but you can say, hey, my pinky works well. My toe works well. I can get myself a glass of water. Just focus on the positive. Like if your finances are low, if you will, you can't meet your bills, you can say, wow, I had $3 in my bank account. That's terrific. But you don't see the lack. You just see yourself being abundant. I have $3 right now, but tomorrow I'm going to have 6, I'm going to have 10. And you just keep that and you build that momentum, even if it doesn't come right away. Because we have to realize we've been on a negative momentum for a while, like a snowball going down the hill. You can't suddenly do something positive and expect the snowball to go back up the hill. It takes a little bit of practice. It's not to say it can happen instantly. It can. There are no rules. If you believe it with all your might, and it's absolutely 100% of your focus, things can change instantly. But that's not usually the case where most people are. They're usually in this place of lack, not good enough, not deserving. Life is hard. Life is difficult. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can keep going and going and going. And isn't this fun, driving all of this negativity? But we don't want to do that. We just want to make you aware. Through awareness, things change. If you're not aware, then nothing changes. But we want you to be aware of not necessarily of thoughts. That takes too much energy. The quickest way to identify, am I feeling good or not? That's a yes-no question. Do I feel good? content, happy, peaceful? Or am I feeling depressed, sad, whatever the lower vibrations? It's either a yes, no. There are no gray areas. But the mind loves to live in the gray. The mind loves to live in the doubts. But we just want to let that go. So let's take a moment to just do a little practice. So we're just relaxing, allowing the eyes to soften. Doesn't matter how we're holding our hands, breathing, posture. We let go of any rules. And we just really come into this moment by listening to this voice, knowing that all is well. Regardless of the mind's opinions, all is well. My spirit is always at peace, content, joyful, blissful, happy. For in this moment, I'm in the human body. And through this human body, I get to have all these wonderful experiences. Even if the mind protests against these experiences, I know all these experiences are helping me to grow, to expand. That's ultimately why I'm here in body, is to expand, to grow, to enjoy life, being happy with life as we return home to who we really are, beyond the head trash, beyond the stories, beyond the limitations, beyond the circumstances. We just return home. Then we take time to daydream. We don't care about the natural laws of science, of physics, because we're in the spiritual realms. Everything is possible here. People can walk on walls. Money falls out of the sky. All things are possible. So you see yourself in your ideal location, having your ideal experience, whether it's vacation in a healthy body, with a new partner, a new job, new finances coming in, checks coming in the mail. We just daydream. And there's no rules to daydreaming. We just daydream and daydream and daydream, having fun, enjoying life. We don't worry about figuring out how this is going to happen. We let go of the how. It's not our job for how. That's the universal fairies. That's the universal helpers, your ancestors. Those that are just in the spirit realms. It's their job to figure out how. Our job is to feel good, daydream, set those intentions, then be open to receive. I deserve this. I deserve this pay raise. I deserve this vacation. I deserve this partner. Everything's working out in my favor. And we just enjoy life. We just be happy in this moment. That the mind loves complexity. We want to keep it very simple. This simple little practice we did is enough to create that desired life. Just learning to flip the unwanted into the desired, imagined daydream. So simple practice every day is just to come home, daydream, and be open to receive. And we just come back into this moment. And I see some people have joined in here too. Casey, Suzanne, Kimberly, Maud, Kelly. So welcome. So yeah, this is not a very long process. I just gave you a few minute routine for a manifestation. That we make it really difficult. We think a masterclass is 15 days of all this intense work. No, 5 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day will create your desired life of a mindful practice. And when you're going throughout your day, just notice when the mind is trapping you. You can be standing in line, just feel your feet on the ground. Notice what's on the shelves around you, what you hear. Because we can either be here observing this moment or lost in our stories. And our stories are usually focused on the unwanted. And what do we know? The unwanted gives you more unwanted. And we don't need to be stuck with that. But we're not taught that it's very simple, very easy to step beyond the head trash into our natural state of harmony with who we really are. We get lost in our stories, this illusion that life is hard, difficult, that I have to work hard to earn money, that money doesn't grow on trees. There's all these crazy rules that we have, and we need to let that go. Hey Denise, thanks for joining me as well. So we're just enjoying this moment together and just having fun. If you see my photos, I'm just having fun, smiling, happy, for no reason. I'm alive, I'm in this body. It's all good. Seen through the eyes of spirit, even when the mind doesn't understand. All the violence, the cruelty in the world, the way we change it is by changing ourselves to be in place of love, acceptance, kindness. Those are good vibrations, and they'll attract more good into your life. We're all energy, and we put positive energy into the universe, it affects everyone. You put negative energy into the universe, it affects everyone. You can feel when an angry, upset person walks into the room. But you can also feel someone that's very loving and caring and gentle that walks in the room as well. So we just want to relax, enjoy life, daydream. Give yourself permission to daydream. Let go of any kind of rules, any kind of restrictions. It's not your job to figure it out. That's the spirit realms. That's for those not in body. But we are internal beings. But we get hung up on the identity and the qualities of this body. You're still here whether you have this body or not. Just not having a human experience, that's all. So what questions can we answer for you? What's coming up for you? Also, just let me know if you're watching this on replay or live. That's also good, because this is going to be, everywhere, so you can watch the replay if you forget that simple 5-minute practice or whatever it was when the mind gets in difficulties. I think I have 400 or 500 videos on YouTube now. You can watch some of those. But I am moving from Head Trash Anonymous to Beyond Head Trash, because we're ultimately where we all want to go is beyond the head trash, beyond the limitations, beyond the restrictions, into the limitless self. Into the limitless self where all things are possible. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. We don't let the past define us. We just don't let it. We let that go. And we just create a new reality right here, right now, because everything happens in this moment. Let go of figuring things out. How's this going to work out? What if? Let it go. Set your intentions. Be open to receive. Just seeing if there's any questions here, or if you want any messages. I got this little deck out too. And this was the theme for today. The Shaman of the Song. That's basically coming into harmony with who you are. And also if you pull that card, I always hear Wayne Dyer. Don't die with the music still within you. We're here to do great things, not little things. Big things. The mind can never understand what you're here for. Huge purposes to make that impact in the world, to uplift, to inspire. So I'm wondering why I keep inviting the same kind of people into my life that keep stealing from me, my daughters. I don't understand this. It's probably a subconscious program. There's some kind of head trash in there, because we are creating our own life experiences. So we may not be even aware of it, that our thoughts are attracting the same type of thoughts into our experience, that it's all energy. It's just all energy. Energy attracts like energy. But we can flip that around Angela. You can definitely flip it around by just keep doing this simple practice of coming home, then visioning that you're doing well, your daughter's doing well, that you're just abundant, that no one's taking from you, seeing this new life forward, training the mind to see the positive and the positive and the positive that will eventually root out that subconscious programming. Or you can always reach out to me and we can do some energetic work to get rid of this stubborn head trash, if you will. Yeah, so Denise, I'm not doing any mediumship tonight. That takes a little more work. That's more of a Monday night soul messages. Okay, so Casey, how do you handle or keep center when speaking or interacting with people who are constant complainers or negative with speech? Well, if you can't walk away from them, then you stay present and you just keep sending them love and good vibrations. You just don't attach to their story. You don't jump in the swamp with them. You just keep focusing. I'm standing, I'm listening, I'm sending them love, I'm sending them peace. But you're not jumping into the swamp with them. And eventually they'll stop complaining. They'll just see that you don't understand, they don't get it. And they'll see that you're not going to commiserate with them. Because you're just standing there smiling at them, sending them love, wishing them well. Because you got to realize love is the highest energy. It will counter any other energy. Even if you just were standing there saying, I love you, regardless of what's going on in your life, I love you just the way you are. And you send this love to them, it will change everything. Or just saying, I wish you peace. I just wish you peace. That's enough as well. How do I know if I completely release some things that have been blocking me? While you're getting those things into your life, if something is blocking you, are they now coming into your life? Or are they still staying away from you? That's one of the ways you can tell if there's a block still there. Are things coming into your life that you desire, or is something stopping that? If it's stopping, then you go back into daydreaming, visualizing, coming home, visualizing, daydreaming. There's a lot of power in daydreaming. Coming home, just sitting quietly, coming home and just daydream. Don't worry about the steps, just daydream and envision your ideal life, not worrying about the steps, the how, but you just take any kind of inspired action that comes up. Because while the spirit world's working out all the hows and how to do this happening, they're also filling you with insights. Do this, do that, do this. So we take that inspired action. Right, Casey, they do not understand what they're doing. They're so lost, if you will, in their stories. They're not aware of this moment. They're really not. And one of the most puzzling questions that I can ask people, for these kind of people in particular, Casey, ask them what makes them happy. You'll be surprised. People say, nothing makes me happy. I can't think of anything. Then maybe if you have a shared experience with them, talk to them about that shared experience. Remember that time that we did this? I remember that you were laughing, you were joyful, you were feeling good. Get them to see if you can change their mood there. All right, so Annette, when you talk about that, it sounds like you're in a lack of time, if you will. You're focused on, there's a story that I don't have enough time. I have all these things to do, but I don't have enough time. That's also a head trash story, that I don't have enough time. But what's really interesting, and they did studies with this, people that are present, that are fully here, experience the present moment 3 times longer than someone that's always up in here in their story. But when you're fully here, it seems like time slows down and you can accomplish more because you're not lost in these things that are just busyness, distractions, if you will. Now, Kelly, you want to change that to I think to I know I'm attracting better into my life. We want to be mindful of our words. Words have lots of power. Yeah, so yeah, Maud, I do healing sessions, yes. I have a donation session on my Head Trash Anonymous website. You can go there and schedule a spiritual transmission. That's all donation, and we can take care of that. But we need to be mindful, though, like words like heal, healing, and I posted about this recently. Usually, if you've said, I need healing, the mind is always focused on something unwanted in the body. And what happens when you focus on the unwanted? You don't get your desired outcome. You get more of the unwanted. So it's just really mind retraining to go beyond the head trash into that limitless state. So I just want to relax and see if there's any other questions coming up. I'm just feeling called to pull two cards. Maybe we'll talk about what these two cards are and see where Spirit wants me to go. Let's take a look. This is interesting. We're getting a Dancer of Beginnings, fresh new starts, and the Hunter of Death. It isn't physical death, if you will. It's breaking the cycle. Breaking the cycle. That each moment is new, but the mind wants to keep us trapped into the past, that this is happening over and over again. So how do you break that cycle? By staying present. So Spirit is just reminding us, stay present. That's how you break the cycles from happening over and over again, whether it's bad relationships, bad finances, bad health. Then it's just a matter of, how do I break that cycle? By be present. To realize you can either be up here in the mind, the story, the head trash, or you can go beyond that and into your heart. Then we follow the insights from our heart. You can think of it as your ancestors, your angels, your spirit guides. They're figuring out all the steps, and they're pumping in instructions to you to do this, to do that. And you can tell if it's a divine voice, because it'll give you something to do, but it won't give you a reason why to do it. It just won't give you an explanation. And it won't give you 10 steps either. If it gives you this long story that's coming from the mind, but we got to think of it as our spiritual team is just pumping us up with steps. And we don't need to figure anything out. And that's the hardest thing for people to understand. I want to do this project. I'm trying to figure it out. I got it all mapped out. I got it all drawn all over my wall, my whiteboard. It's like, no, put it away. Be quiet. Come home. Daydream how you want this project to be. Let it go. Be open to receive. Listen to the instructions that will be coming to you from your spiritual team, because you are one with that team. We're all one consciousness, different streams within that consciousness. And that's a little hard for the mind to understand. And if there's no questions, we're going to keep pulling random cards and just see what Spirit wants me to talk about. And I'll just keep going for a few more minutes here. But yeah, I have some stuff on my Head Trash Anonymous website, but that's going to be changing to Beyond Head Trash eventually. So keep the promise alive to yourself, the promise card and the skill card, that everything is a practice. Don't expect yourself to be an expert, that it's always a practice. So keep that promise alive, daydream it, visualize it, and let it go. And your skill is learning to return home, coming back to who you really are. That's the skill. Oh, hey, Nicole, good to see you. Go check out Nicole. She's in some films. I think she got some stuff coming out, don't you, Nicole? I think so. Was it Desert Fiends? I don't know if that's coming out yet. I know she was in Desert Fiends. That's coming out. Let's see with... actually, Nicole, I'm feeling two cards for you in show business. Let's see what they are. And again, Nicole was on my podcast too. A very interesting interview about the power of saying no, honoring your boundaries. Oh, interesting. This is very, very interesting here, Nicole. Oh, back on the strip. Okay, great. So I got, so Nicole, you get two cards: your tribes card and the death card. So tribes is basically your community. But basically, there's some kind of community that's not supportive of you. That's this death card. That's this like break the cycle. When I'm seeing the tribes with that cycle card is there's a group of people that you're hanging around that are not supportive of you. They're bringing you down. They're just trying to steal your energy. They're trying to get you to do things that you don't want to do. They're very non-supportive. They're saying you need to separate yourself from that. So that's very interesting. It tries with the death card. That means you're hanging around a circle of people that are not supporting you, and you need to separate yourself from that. Oh, hey, Venus. Thanks for watching. Oh, hopefully you'll come back and watch the replay, Venus. There's some good things in there to create that life that you want. The Abundance Masterclass was basically, the first 30 minutes, maybe. So it's always interesting how Spirit comes up with these messages, the synchronicities that just happen. When you really get into this daydreaming and envisioning life, there's a synchronicity happens that life just sort of magically unfolds. It's rather interesting. So I'm just seeing what Spirit wants me to talk about now. Since I'm not seeing questions. Yes, doing a little bit of a law of attraction workshop tonight. I'm going beyond the head trash. Ah, these are two great cards. The Stars card with the mysteries. The stars is reminding us that we're all connected to all things, but we don't know how things are going to work out. It's a mystery. We can't control other people. And that's what this message is realize you're connected to all that is. We have no idea how ultimately it's going to work out, but we just simply trust that all is well. And the mystery is that we can't control other people. So we don't know how things are going to work out. We just trust everything is working out in our favor. I don't have the spirit animal cards in front of me, Katie. I just don't have them. I only have this one little deck with me. What does Katie need to know here? And maybe we'll talk about this one card for everyone. Let's take a look here. The dreams card. Just reminding you, keep daydreaming, keep envisioning your life. So hopefully, Nicole, that was helpful for you to be mindful of the tribe that you're hanging around or trying to get you included in. Like, no, they don't feel good. They don't feel good. They feel like zombies. I need to go away. Yeah, but so the dreams card for Katie is very important for everyone. I think we diminish the power of daydreaming. And we're consciously dreaming our ideal life after we return home. We have to be present when we daydream. Come home first. Get rid of all this clutter and junk so they don't mess up the manifestation, if you will. But just coming home, finding a place of peace, sitting for 30 seconds, a minute, 2, 3, 4, whatever feels right to you. Then daydream. Then the mind starts chattering again about what you can't have. Come back to home. Daydream some more. It might be a practice. We just want to start. Anytime the mind comes up with negativity, you got to come back home and restart again. Oh, yes, Denise. Let's see what we can talk about here for Denise. You're getting the strength card. Strength is there for everyone. We have to remember that we have all the resources within us. Because we might be sitting here alone by ourselves, but I wish you could all see the spiritual teams around you. You're flooded with people around you. You're never alone. You have spirit guides around you. You have angels. You have past loved ones. Because you're in body. They're living through you, you could say. And they're filling you with wisdom, insights. But the mind is just too busy. So the strength is just reminding us that we have the strength. We have the resources. We are a lot stronger and more powerful than the mind allows us to believe. The mind filled with all this garbage, all this head trash. It's just nonsense. Hey, Annette, let's see. What what Spirit wants for Annette here. Yeah, on Monday nights I do more cards, but I'm only have the one deck here and one card, sometimes two if I feel called. But let's see. And then you're getting the Exile card. Very interesting. This is for everyone, the Exile. But it's saying you need to remove yourself. You need to separate yourself from people that are not supporting you. Or if they're not supporting you, you just send them love. If you can't run away from them, you just send them love. You wish them well. And you don't jump into the swamp with them. But it's really about separating yourself from people that don't support you, that try to pull you down into the swamp, try to lower your vibration. Because your primary number one task is to feel good. No matter what, you want to feel good, happy, content, peaceful, loving. You want to stay out of those low vibration states. Low vibration states put you in more low vibrations. Remember, energy attracts like energy. Do you want the misery of sadness, despair? You're going to get more things to make you more sad and despair. You want to feel good. So it's just the exile to separate yourself. Okay, so what's Casey saying here? Let's see. Okay, I've been told I need to let go in a few rings, wondering how I can be sure I fully let go. I feel like I have, and I felt a big breakthrough recently, or full let go, if you will. Yeah, you'll know if you have a breakthrough when you're smiling for no reason and you're just happy. That's how you know you let go. Because if you're not happy, it's like, what's the story? What's the story? So we want to look at that story and say, I see you. I love this story. It reminded me of who I really am, that I'm not this story. So that's the way you can tell you've had a breakthrough if you're just happy and smiling for no reason. And just be aware of that mental story that comes up. Oh, so let's see. Denise, the card I got for you was the gifts card. The gifts. So what are the gifts? Being alive in this body. That's the simplest gift of them all. That you get to have the human experience. You have a whole team of spiritual beings around you that wish they had the human experience. They're craving to come back into this human experience. But for now, they're just helpers. But they're coming back when the time is right for them, for their growth, for their expansion. So just realize the gift is just being alive, and that all things are possible. And we can have anything we want. This earth is your playground. All right, so how's everyone doing here? Anything coming up for any of you? I try to make things very, very simple. Because I never had a spiritual teacher to fill me up with all these rules. How to teach me meditation with rules. You got to hold your hands a certain way. You got to have a certain posture. You got to breathe a certain way. Boy, if they told me those steps when I was learning meditation, I've been so trapped up in the rules. Am I doing this right? But I had that realization, within 2 weeks that I had these thoughts, but I wasn't these thoughts. And if I wasn't these thoughts, who am I? And the answer came, perfect spirit. Everyone listening is a perfect spirit. When I heard the voice say perfect spirit, I knew I wasn't this damaged mind and body. I just simply knew that all was well. Then all my ailments went away. Multiple sclerosis, bipolar, psoriasis, arthritis, migraines, PTSD, general anxiety disorder. I had 7 or 8 different diagnoses from doctors and lots of medicine. Oh, yes, Venus. Let's see what's for Venus. Venus, I'm also feeling 2 cards for you as well. Let's take a look here. And then Nicole got 2 cards. Venus is getting 2 cards as well. So let's take a look here. Oh, interesting, Venus. You're getting the Journeyer with the Truth card. It tells you your mind's looking outside of you. It's taking a journey seeking the truth outside of you. No, the truth is always within you. The mind loves to look for the answers outside. The answer has to be out here somewhere. And I was in this place too, my team of 6 doctors, thinking they had my answer. They didn't. I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. If I kept on my path of my doctors, I would either be dead in a nursing home by now. I was so bad with all these diseases, especially multiple sclerosis. But we got to remember that the truth is within all of us, connected to all that is, that we're all connected to all that is. All the answers are here, being fed to us, that there's nothing for us to figure out. And a good example of this, and I love to share this story, is Eckhart Tolle. When he reads questions from the audience, he'll read a 3x5 card, and he'll read the questions like, oh, that's a good question. I would like to know the answer too. And he'll put it down, he'll sit quietly for like 30 seconds, a minute, then he'll talk about it for 10 minutes. So where is that information coming from? Consciousness, his soul, his spirit, his spiritual team. Stacy. I haven't seen Stacy Wagey in a long time. See, that's one of the things I talk about. We need to let go of the word healing. Healing keeps you focused on the unwanted. I need to heal my arm, it hurts. My arm hurts. So yes, the universe will give you more of what you're focused on. So the body can take care of itself. We can get the mind out of the way and then take this inspired action. Now, Venus, your spirit is not tired. Your spirit is consciousness. It's the life force itself. It's the mind that's tired of the struggle, of the battle, of trying to figure things out. It's about relaxing, just relaxing. So let me pull a start card here for Stacy Wagey. Let's take a look here, Stacy. You're getting the conflict card. The mind saying one thing, your spirit is saying another. Like your mind is saying, I need to heal myself. Spirit is saying, no, you don't. You just need to relax, be at peace. Body knows how to take care of itself. If you need to take any actions, we'll let you know. And that's a real weird thing for people to understand. The body can heal itself, and spirit will give you any instructions that you may need to take to help that process along. Like for me, when I was dealing with multiple sclerosis, I just heard a voice say, do yoga. But at that point, I didn't doubt that spiritual voice. The mental voice was telling me, you can't do yoga, your balance is horrible, and all these stories, you're not flexible, and just blah, 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 all these stories. Well, voice said do yoga. Next day, I did yoga. It was just the next day. Well, first thing I did was like, okay, I'm going to do yoga. What yoga studio? So I was driving to work, and it's like that one. Oh, okay. So the next day I went there and did yoga. It's just really just trusting that voice. That voice is going to say, do yoga. The mind's going to say, you can't do yoga, you're not flexible, you don't have balance, blah, blah, blah. It's nonsense. Spirit will give you those steps. But we just need to relax, being at peace, because then we're in harmony. We're aligned with our soul or spirit. Because we are the soul, the spirit. We get hung up on this body, the flesh, the mind, this identity. It's all garbage. We need to go beyond the garbage, beyond the head trash, into the limitless self, connected to all that is. I mean, if you're coming in late, it's not our job to figure things out. We have a spiritual team pumping information into us. Steps. Do this, do that. They're figuring out the steps. They're making things move. The universal fairies, as Abraham calls them, but it's like our spiritual team, our guides, our past ancestors, all those not in body. But we are spirit. And one day we will not be in body. We'll be part of somebody else's spiritual team. Then one day we'll decide to come back into body. And it may not be this planet, this universe, whatever. There's plenty of intelligent races in the universe. There's plenty of possibilities. I've had this Earth experience for the past 1,000 years. I want the Palladian experience now for a while. Or the Andromeda experience. Or this experience. Or that experience. It's your playground. Exactly, Stacy. That's the focus here. I just want to play, be, have fun. That's it. If you play and just be present and have fun, magic happens, the miracles happen, things just show up. It's that simple. All right, we're getting to 50 minutes here so far. Yes, this is our playground. We are the artists of our life, and we can paint whatever we want on our playground. It is our playground. We can have anything we want, but typically the mind says you can't have that. We've been taught to not trust ourselves, and that's what I'm thinking with the Venus reading. It just came to me. We get this journeyer looking for truth outside of ourselves. Oh, they have the answer. Oh, they have the answer. Oh, they said I can't have this. I can't have this. I've been a bad girl. I've been a bad boy. And all these stories, it's nonsense. If we attach onto those, it zaps our abilities to create the life we want. Let's take a look. Let's see, Casey. Let's see what's going on for your family. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Yeah, 2 cards there coming, Casey. Let's go see what Spirit wants you to know about that. Oh, you're getting the companion, the perfect spirit. Just keep trusting yourself and being your own best friend. You're getting the friendship card. Friendship card with the companion is being your own best friend. That's self-love, appreciating who you are just as you are, and things will work out perfectly. Yeah, so I'll probably do these lives a little more frequently. I think this is fun. All right, so any more last calls before I wrap it up for tonight? I've been going for a little over 50 minutes now. Like I said, I'm changing Head Trash Anonymous into Beyond Head Trash because I want us all to go beyond head trash, into the limitless, into the possibilities of the infinite potential. When we step beyond the mind, beyond these rules, these limitations, these restrictions, this nonsense, these stories, they just need to go. Life is a game. It's the Lila, it's the play, it's the enjoyment, it's the fun. Oh, okay, Stacy, for Caitlin, yes. Yes, Casey, absolutely. To infinity and beyond, yes. Yes. Let's see, Caitlin gets this card. Sorry to hear that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's take a look. So for Caitlin, she's getting the path card. So when I'm seeing the path, she's trying to find her way. It's just reminding her the true path is within herself. That she's been really taught not to trust herself. I'm feeling that strongly with her. Just remind her that it's okay to be you. It's okay to trust yourself. It's okay to believe in yourself. Oh, so Chris, yes. Let's take a look here for Chris. Oh, the dancer of life. Just celebrating life. Just celebrate life and things will work out. This is all about feeling good. The life card, dancer of life, just celebrating I'm alive. All things are possible. This head trash is no longer defining me. I'm going to come home, daydream, mind gets busy, come back home, daydream, and I'm not going to worry about the steps. I know my spiritual team has my back. They're going to give me the steps that I need to take. For Danny, let's see what's going for Danny. Okay, that card for Danny. All right. Oh, actually, 2 cards were stuck for Danny. Oh, foresight, the future, what's coming ahead, abundance. So for Danny, abundance is coming to him. Even though this is a sad time, the bright future is bright. Good things are coming. Good abundance is coming. This is for all of us. After we learn the lessons here today, if you want to call these lessons, reminders that good things are always coming to us. The universe is infinitely abundant because we're going beyond our head trash to where the money is, to where the house is, where the vacation is, where our ideal life is. All right, I think that's it for tonight. I'll be back again soon. And I'll be live with Lori on Monday for the soul messages. So thanks for coming out tonight. Take good care of yourself. And realize, let's go beyond into who we are meant to be. All right, take good care.